Hi, I'm Julie Arendt, a science and engineering research librarian at Virginia Commonwealth University. Thank you for hitting the play button on my poster presentation. My poster, completely optional, Rethinking Synchronous Graduate Workshops as Asynchronous YouTube Videos, is about a pivot to video that I'm still in the middle of. Before 2020, I had been holding workshops for engineering graduate students about half dozen times a year at the College of Engineering here at VCU. Those workshops had modest but respectable attendance, with students coming for lunchtime discussions. During the peak of the pandemic, however, and immediately afterwards, I was holding these workshops as live Zoom webinars rather than in person. During that time, attendance plummeted, with some sessions having no one attending and many having only a couple of people. As we switched back to being on campus and having in-person sessions, the attendance didn't improve by much. It was time for a change. My contact in the College of Engineering suggested that we switch to pre-recorded videos. I was ready for this change, but I was still concerned. Just because the videos were there didn't mean that they would get any more attendance or viewership than the in-person sessions were. Pretty quickly, I decided that the 50-minute format for the presentations wasn't going to work and that I would switch to shorter videos. I looked where I could to get suggestions about how to make good videos. Library journals had some articles with advice about things like editing software and what students liked and didn't like about particular videos that libraries had made. But there wasn't a lot of content about what makes a video entertaining or something that people want to watch. Why would someone come and watch a video if it's not required for a class and the content isn't in and of itself entertaining? I talked with colleagues and looked for suggestions online. And a lot of what we talked about was more about how to market and promote the videos and less about the videos themselves. Because if students aren't even aware that they exist, they're not going to be aware enough to even know to watch the videos. You can read about some of the things I did on the poster. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that. The thing I am going to go into more detail about is another thing that I considered, and that was how to make the videos themselves compelling without diluting the content. One technique that helped me think about this was to watch educational YouTube videos with fresh eyes, paying attention to the production techniques more than to the content. And even among videos that have a reputation for being the best, I noticed that there were production elements that kept me watching and that there were elements that made me want to fast forward past the boring parts. For example, the blog brothers, Hank and John Green, have several playlists for different kinds of content, and all of their playlists have high production values. But nevertheless, their crash course videos, which rely heavily on animation rather than on real people, and that are focused specifically on high school curriculum, really didn't do it for me. They felt like school in a bad way, like I was being given information because it was on a checklist rather than because it was important for understanding the idea or because anyone in particular had any interest in it. They weren't really as interesting to watch as the ordinary day-to-day videos that Hank and John made. And they weren't as interesting as the explainer videos that Hank and John made. Those videos with the faces of the Green brothers and useful graphics appearing as needed just were more compelling than the animations in the crash course videos. So based on what I learned from watching YouTube and from the other information I gathered, I've made a handful of videos and tried to incorporate the ideas that I developed from just watching YouTube. It started with videos on topics that engineering graduate students had expressed an interest in, and topics that I thought would have interest from other parts of the university as well. The example image from the poster about browser plugins to connect our link resolvers shows some of the techniques I applied. The video has a clickbait title of "There's a simple button to get through paywalls." It shows me in my work from home clothes, and it has a pullout with the most important pieces of information. Now, this is just an example. And because my experience mainly for making videos has been just to record synchronous sessions, and I only have some experience with light editing, so far the editing has taken a lot of time. Even after learning some editing tricks, it still has taken me longer to edit than to script and record the videos. The heavy marketing for the videos that I've made so far has worked well. Between social media, handouts, direct email, making announcements, and other techniques that I've been able to think of, I have gotten a lot more views on the videos than my workshops ever got. But I don't know what fraction of those views are coming from my ideal audience of engineering graduate students. So one thing that I want to think about going forward is to get information from engineering graduate students about whether they're aware of the videos, have watched them, and what they think of them. So far, I feel pretty good about some of the decisions I made about personalizing the videos. I talked with Classic, which is our library's student advisory council, and the students there mentioned that the videos that they like the most on YouTube are the ones where they have some sort of human interest and something that will compel them to watch. One suggestion they gave me, which I'm thinking about incorporating, is to heavily edit short versions for Instagram or TikTok or other short playlist sorts of formats, and then allow myself a little bit more time on YouTube. The students thought that the YouTube format is one where it's okay for a video to go a little longer, so long as the presenter provides some enthusiasm for the topic, and that enthusiasm can compel students or anyone to want to watch a longer video because it's just interesting and novel. So going forward, I'm probably going to ease off the editing a bit or devote more of my editing time to the quick summaries for short format advertisements. And like I said before, I also am interested in getting more information specifically for my target audience of engineering graduate students. Finally, here are the references that I used for the poster. Please contact me if you'd like a longer list of the articles I read about creating and using pre-recorded videos specifically for library instruction. If you would like that list or have questions about this pivot to video, I can be reached at jarendt@vcu.edu. That is JARENDT @vcu.edu. Thank you.